Okay, we're live.
Hey guys, this is Sarah, and I've got Bev and Ariana with me here at Black Orchid, and we are social distancing. We're 6 feet apart, and we're going to do some yoga today. We're also live on Zoom, so if you want to catch us there, there'll be a link as well to practice at home later. We're just going to do some really simple flow, and let's get started. So let's go ahead and start on our backs. You guys can lay down. Okay, so we're going to start on our backs and just pull the knees into the chest. Just get started with a few hip circles right here. Just nice and relaxed, just like you're stirring a pot here. Go ahead and go both directions. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then come back to center. Press the low back into the floor. Lengthen the tailbone. Let the body get heavy along the spine. Extend that left leg nice and long. Hug that right knee in. Squeeze it in towards the rib cage. Take another deep breath. You can extend that left leg off the mat if you want to, or you can have it flat on the floor. You decide. On your next exhale, coil the spine. Take your knee to your nose, nose to knee. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen back down. Grab hold of both knees. Give them both a little squeeze. Press the low back into the floor. And then slowly lengthen out the right leg. Again, you can flatten the leg on the floor, or it can be up and elevated. Squeeze. Inhale deeply, exhale, round the body into the knee. And then inhale, open up. Lengthen everything out now. Go ahead and pull the arms overhead, low back is away from the floor. And as you exhale, go ahead and pull the knees in one more time. Cross the ankles while they're up and overhead, and slowly roll over onto all fours. From here, you go ahead and curl the toes under. Bring the palms underneath the shoulders. Forehead slightly forward, shoulders placed back behind you, squeezing, and then create space between the shoulder blades by pushing a little deeper into the arms so the outside of the arms grow a little longer. Pull the belly button in. As you exhale, go ahead and lift the knees up and away from the floor. Pause right here. Take a deep, full belly breath in, and then exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out those feet nice and slow. A couple of times. Feel the length of the back body. And go ahead and bring a little bend to the backs of the knees so that you can start to feel the spine lengthen up just a little bit more. So we'll stay here just for a breath or two. And then on your next exhale, big toes come together to touch. And then bring your right leg up and behind you, nice and long, keeping the hips level. From here, go ahead and round that knee into the nose. Feel those abdominals work, feel that hip flexor work. And then inhale, lengthen nice and high again. Take it to the outside of that right elbow, bring it forward and pause, and then slowly lift that leg high again. Feel those core engagement happening as we twist underneath us to that left elbow, eyes forward. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, coil that knee in, step lightly between the hands. So if you've got blocks at home and you want to use those, are great to kind of elevate you up a little bit here. We're not using props here in the studio just because of, gross stuff. So right now, from here, we can stay here or lower that knee if you want to. Toes stay curled under if you lower your knee. Climb your way up onto that knee. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Good. So from here, as we exhale, go ahead and lengthen the front leg. Peel the toes off the floor and pull back into that half split or Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, crawl your way forward, climb back up. You can keep that back knee up or elevate it, or bring it back down. Good, and slowly release down again. We're going to take one more little vinyasa here, bringing it up high. This is just a nice little stress reliever. Bring it back down, exhale. Squeeze that hip crease back towards the big toe on that left foot. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then slowly walk the hands forward. Lift the back knee for a moment. Begin to heel toe that right foot across behind the opposite hand. And then set the back knee down again. Set the front knee down. You can pull that heel into the pelvis as closely as you want to. And come up into a nice little back bend as you lift up through the chest, bringing the collarbone forward rather than back behind you so we don't jar the low back. So you have nice and tall, toes stay curled under here for a moment to support that back leg. If you've been sitting on the couch eating bonbons all day because you're home from work, now's your chance to kind of start to open things up. I want to eat bonbons. And from here, when you're ready, exhale, just take a little fold. You can come to the forearms. You can lower your forehead all the way down. From here, you can uncurl those toes back behind you if you want. Take a couple of deep breaths. If you find yourself on your forearms like me, go ahead and press the elbows into the mat and imagine lengthening the spine forward. Keep the back of the neck nice and long, taking the creases out. So it's a very soothing little flow today. One more breath here and we'll curl the toes under again. And then slowly walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, press yourself up. As you exhale, slowly elevate that back leg. Next in-breath, lift and lengthen. Send that leg high behind you again one more time. Exhale, set it down. Inhale, roll forward, nice and round to a high plank position. Pull the belly button in, drop the knees. As you exhale, go ahead and press back, hips to heels, toes stay curled under. Inhale, coil forward like a cobra. Inhale, rise up. Lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale, lower down. Curl those toes under. And really push that pubic bone down to the floor. Take a little teeny tiny cobra as the elbows pull back in towards the hips. And then slowly rise to plank. Exhale, take a downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal it out again here. See how it feels any different. And then from here, let the big toes come together to touch again. Find that static hold. Inhale, left leg nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose, round and coil the spine. And then inhale, lift that leg really high again, nice and long. Ariana, you're a little close to this plant here. Take it to the outside of that left elbow. Exhale, eyes forward. Good. Inhale, lift, lengthen, press through the fingers. Take it underneath you to that opposite elbow. Twist, feel the spine. Lift and lengthen again. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and set that foot to the top of the mat. Coming into that runner's lunge, feel that hip crease pull back. Let everything grow nice and long from the crown of the head into the fingertips. And then slowly drop that back knee if you want to. And slowly climb your way up. We're moving into that crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, reach to the sky. Pull the heart forward, pull the thumbs back. Open the chest. Weight into the big toe mound. You can even take those toes off the mat if you want to. Exhale, hands come down. Lengthen out that leg. Ardha Hanumanasana, that half split. And then we'll flow from here. Each breath draws you forward again. Inhale up high. And then exhale, lengthen it back. Press. Good. The foot follows, bringing it forward. Make sure that the spine doesn't round too much. We're trying to pull and hinge through the hip. And we'll come all the way back and down with that last breath. Pause here for a moment. Take a couple of deep breaths. Wiggle those toes. Squeeze the hip crease back. Good. Now from here, walk your way forward again. Launch that back knee up and away from the floor. Get that nice and long. Lunge again. We're going to come into the fingertips. Heel toe that foot across behind the opposite wrist. Set the back knee down. Set the front knee down. You can always pull that heel in a little closer now if you want to. And then come into that nice little back bend here. If you feel any kind of crunchiness in the low back, go ahead and lower down to the elbows right here. But we want to maintain this upright position for a second. Just feel that lift. Feel everything pulling up towards the sky here. Really firm back leg. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and slowly lower down. Remember that option to stand the elbows here. You can press into the palms and pull the heart forward. It's going to level the spine, really support the sacrum. The back toes can uncurl if you'd like. Take a couple deep breaths here. In and out. Let that stress just kind of wash away. Be carried away with anything that you might be kind of sitting around bored with today. Last big breath. Curl the toes under. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Take that in-breath. And exhale, flex that knee up and away from the floor. Next big breath, push it back. Downward facing dog split. And slowly set that foot down. Good. We'll take a moment, lower the knees to the earth, knees wide, big toes touching. Press back into a child's pose. And you can kind of shift the hips over to the right and to the left side a couple of times. Just feeling the body open up through the side ribs. And then coming back into down dog whenever you're ready. Big toes together to touch. Aligning everything. Press into your fingers. Inhale the right leg nice and high to the sky. From here, that foot's going to step lightly between the hands. Go ahead and come onto those fingertips. We're going to move into that high lunge Right finger's high, invite a twist here. Good, look down at your knee for a moment. Make sure that that knee didn't open up. We're gonna push down to the big toe mound right here and reach the fingers up high. As you exhale, go ahead and lower that hand, drop your back heel. You're gonna swivel all the way around. You're gonna see my booty for a second. You're gonna bend into that left knee, get nice and low. Good. Bring it back up, warrior two, facing the top of your mat. Take a couple of breaths here, check in with that knee. You'll notice that your hip on that back side of the body, that back hip is gonna try to pull forward, and we wanna pull it back behind us. So press through that back thigh bone. One more big breath, inhale. Relax the shoulders, exhale into that knee. Good, deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, taking it all the way back again. So we'll move through a nice little flow. Inhale, high plank again. Exhale, lower the knees, set the hips back towards the heels. Inhale through that cobra, lift the heart as you come up. Relax the legs. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise to plank, flexing the body, coming away from the earth, downward facing dog. The left side, big toes are together to touch. Inhale that left leg nice and high. Good, bring it forward, lightly step it to the top of the mat. Good, finding that lunge, and slowly pulling your way up, nice and high, fingers up and overhead, back leg is long, and then slowly gliding back down. Right hand takes the weight this time. Go ahead and take your twist now, opposite direction, still looking down at that knee, making sure it didn't open up with you. Squeeze the inner thigh, lean back into the breath. And as you exhale, lower that hand down, walk it all the way around to bend the right knee, sink low. The arms can be anywhere that feels comfortable for you. And then slowly spring up, warrior two, flatten that front foot towards the top of your mat. Good, now really settle in, sink down, soften. Think about the breath and how it's moving all the way through the diaphragm, down into the sit bones, and anchor yourself down into the pelvis. Good, relax the shoulders, take another deep breath, sink lower. Inhale, full round, hold. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, one more vinyasa, go ahead and flow forward, high plank. Exhale, knees down, hips back. And then slowly creep forward into that nice little cobra. I guess it's not really a creep, is it? And go ahead and slowly lower back down. Curl the toes, press back and up, down dog. Good. Pedal out the feet. This is our last time in downward facing dog for this practice. It's a nice little simple flow to do at home, to work on the hips if you've been sitting on the couch or just holding your stress so much. Go ahead and lower down to the knees. Cross your ankles back behind you, and then slowly roll over onto your bum. Make sure there's enough room to lay all the way down. Find those sit bones into the floor, and we're gonna go ahead and curl all the way back, nice and slow. If there's any last little movements you wanna do, you can do those now. Let the feet fall open, let the palms turn face up. See if you can get in a nice receiving position for your practice today. Take a couple of deep breaths into the stillness. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm Sarah at Black Orchid. Namaste.